So earlier this morning when I woke up, I saw on my Twitter feed, not a tweet from the president, but it was somebody who had taken a screenshot of what the president said, and I was reading it, and I go, no, that's no way that's real. That's one of those parody accounts. Because there's a lot of Trump parody accounts, and, you know, most of them put his Twitter picture as their Twitter picture, and they put, you know, the name looks really similar to his. So I was like, no, whoever this person is, it's a smart person, I know, but I thought, well, they definitely fell for one of those parody accounts. So I, of course, typed in the president's Twitter handle and started looking through. No, it wasn't a fake tweet. It was real. The president really said it. And I just couldn't believe this man is so petty. It's unreal. I want to show you the tweets here. It says, I heard poorly rated Morning Joe speaks badly of me. Don't watch anymore. Then how come low IQ crazy Mika along with Psycho Joe came to Mar-a-Lago 3 nights in a row around New Year's Eve and insisted on joining me? She was bleeding badly from a facelift. I said no. This is the President of the United States. This is the most powerful man on earth. Look at what he's tweeting about. First of all, not a single person doesn't think you're watching Morning Joe as you tweet that. There is a 100% chance that you're watching Morning Joe as you tweet that. But because he's a man baby, he does his, oh yeah, no, I don't even care. I don't even care. Like, you think I care, but the thing is, I don't even care, bro. I don't even care. I don't watch anymore. I don't even watch anymore. You're watching it right now. You're 100%, without a doubt, unquestionably, watching it right now as you're saying you're not watching it. You're so fucking transparent. You really are a baby. You really are a baby. Okay, then, why would you bring that up? What the fuck does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? They came to Mar-a-Lago. No, she had a facelift. I said, no. What the fuck are you doing? You're like a high school girl. Somebody, like, snubs you, or you perceive that they snub you, and so you get really catty and petty and ridiculous. This man has not aged past, like, 11th grade mentally. I can't believe he's the most powerful man on earth. How amazing is that? You guys know me, I really hate doing non-policy related stories. Like, you go back on any given day, you look at, you know, what we cover, and it's almost all related directly to policy. This doesn't necessarily have anything to do with policy, but it has to do with this guy's fucking temperament and what kind of a human being he is, what kind of qualities he has. And, I mean, come on, even if you're the biggest Trump fan, you have to see that this is something a small man does. And don't give me the, oh, what, they're allowed to attack him and he's not allowed to respond? Number one, it's their job to discuss politics in this way. But shouldn't he be focusing on, like, I don't know, any of a number of serious issues, income inequality, climate change, foreign policy? But furthermore, number two, look at how he decides to go after them. He can't, like, dispute anything when it comes to, hey, man, look at how you're doing this fucked up on this policy and that fucked up on that policy. So what does he do? Mika had a facelift, and I don't even want to hang out with them, but they wanted to hang out with me. So, like, I'm the cool person, and they're, like, losers. Yeah. Ugh. And then you know what story popped in my mind as I was reading these ridiculous tweets? This story. Now, this is example number 2 or 3 of this exact same story coming out over like a month span. The last time it came out was the last time they were doing the healthcare debate. Now this is, you know, the second time, the second round of the healthcare debate. This is for the Senate now, before it was for the House. And apparently, they always, like, they have these meetings with President Trump. Different Congress people will, and different senators will. And it is now unanimous. Anytime anybody comes out of a meeting with President Trump on healthcare, they go, oh, he doesn't know the first thing about, like, what's actually in his own healthcare bill. He is utterly clueless. Because what's happening is the so-called moderate Republicans, the more moderate Republicans, relatively speaking, versus the so-called Freedom Caucus, the Tea Partiers, they've been having debates. Hey, how do we work this thing out? We want to get rid of all protections for pre-existing conditions. Well, we don't really want to do that. We want to keep that part in, but then screw people over in other ways. And so those two sides are going back and forth. So Trump's job in these meetings is to try to pitch his bill to the various factions within the Republican Party. And the reporting is unanimous across the board. Different Republican politicians come out of the meetings and go, he doesn't know the first thing of what's in his own bill. And we could tell some of the interviews he did with the media. What would he say? He would be asked about the substance of his bill, and his answer would be about the process of trying to get it passed. Oh, let me tell you, these negotiations are tremendous. We're dealing with great people, some of the best people, amazing people in the Republican caucus. I'm making a lot of friendships, a lot of amazing friendships that are going to last a lifetime. And I think we're going to get this done, and I think we're going to do it right. And I think it's going to be incredible for the people, make America great again. And the reporter's like, what the fuck are you talking about? We just asked you about the provision that has to do with, lifting taxes on the rich and cutting Medicaid, and why you think that's a good idea, and what are you going to do with the individual mandate. And what do you do when you can't discuss the policy? Just divert to the only thing he's able to, the process. I've been talking to people. The people are tremendous, and this is incredible stuff we're working on here. And let me just tell you, believe me, we're going to get this done, and I think we're going to get it done right. Yeah, but we didn't ask you about the process. We asked you about the bill, the provisions in the bill. Look, I've been talking to some Congress people from the Freedom Caucus, and tremendous people, amazing people, some of the best people. Just stop me ask you with the fucking substance. He doesn't know. So as he doesn't know the first thing about what's in his own fucking healthcare bill, because he's a baby, this is what he spends his time on. This is what he watches fucking Morning Joe, watches, according to some reports, 6 hours of cable news every day. President of the United States, 6 hours of cable news every day. And doesn't know the first thing about policy, any of his policy. Guys, he's outsourced all of his foreign policy decisions to fucking neocons in the deep state. Whether it be the Pentagon, whether it be people in the intelligence agencies. He just outsourced it. Go ahead, you make the decisions. Whoop, look at that. We dropped the mother of all bombs on Afghanistan gratuitously. Oh, look at that. You want to escalate in Syria and start attacking Syrian government troops. Well, what am I going to do? Hey, look, the generals are some of the best people, tremendous people, so I'm letting them make the decisions. When all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. All the generals will ever want is more war and more escalation. How do we know? Look at history. Vietnam, same thing. Lyndon Johnson, who had some major domestic accomplishments, the generals kept telling him, oh, look, we're going to win in Vietnam, man. We're right there on the doorstep. We just need more troops. More troops, more troops, more troops. That's what happened. And now Trump, same thing with Afghanistan, with Iraq. Oh, it's tremendous. We're going to go in there. We're going to go in there even deeper. You campaigned on the opposite, you monumental fucking moron. He's president, dude. He's fucking president. And he's tweeting about Mar-a-Lago, and he's like a high school girl. That's what he is. Yeah, oh, you don't like me? I don't even watch the show anymore. How about that? And why did you try to come to my club 3 nights in a row? But I wouldn't sit with you. Mika had a facelift. Sad. The only thing that's sad is your weak, weaselly, petty, childish, punk orange ass.